What's up everybody, you're very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Premier League preview. The first game for the Reds is against Norwich City, takes place 5:30pm at Carrow Road. Daniel Falk's team coming up after 13 months outside the Premier League. What are we to expect? Well, if we look back over history in the head-to-heads, the clubs have played 66 times. Liverpool have won 37 of those. Norwich 14 wins and 15 draws. I don't know if that'll make any difference coming into this game or not, but I'd just like to show. I did a small bit of research ahead of doing this. Usually I do it on the fly, but I thought new season, new Craig. Let's try and make it a little bit more factual. The referee in charge of this game, by the way, is Andre Mariner, and it will be Stuart Atwell that will be in charge of making the new black Sharpie lines with VAR, because apparently those lines are going to be a little bit thicker this season, aren't they? But you won't get to see it inside the stadium though, so the working out process is going to still be a secret. But hey, what we care about really is the result at the end of the day and who Jurgen Klopp is going to pick to start the game. So with that in mind, I'm going to take you through my predicted 11, my score prediction, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know your thoughts on the 11 I've gone with and my score prediction. Put them in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So look, without any further ado, let's take a look at the 11 that I've gone with and the score. As you can see, I predicted a 3-1 victory there for the Reds, and I expect Norwich to be up for this, and usually when we play them they are fairly high scoring affairs. Obviously I'd love to keep a clean sheet, but Norwich's first game back in the Premier League with fans in, I think it's going to be a boisterous atmosphere. 5:30pm kickoff, and I don't imagine it's going to be an easy evening's work for Jurgen Klopp's men. I do think though over the course of the game we'll wear Norwich down, and that's why I've gone for the 3-1 victory. Now for the starting 11, and it's quite difficult to be honest, because you're taking into account when players have come back into pre-season, how long they're away on international duty, whether you're at the Olympics, who has an injury, who's just coming back from an injury, and lots of other bits and pieces as well. So trying to take all that in and weigh it up, this is the 11 that I've gone with. Alisson Becker in goal, no surprise there, absolutely fantastic that our big beautiful Brazilian signed on till 2027, a brand new 6-year deal. Speaking of new deals, our right back Trent Alexander-Arnold also signed a new deal, tying him down to the club for the foreseeable future, which is great news. Ibrahima Konate I expect to start alongside Virgil van Dijk. Now let me explain my thought process here. If you would have asked me this question a week ago, I would have said to you that I expect Konate and Joe Matip to start the game. But as the weeks have gone on and we've seen Virgil van Dijk get 22 minutes, then 43 minutes, then 70 minutes, and with the likes of James Pearce saying that there's a chance that he may start the game, I've rolled the dice a little bit here, and if Jurgen Klopp thinks he's capable of getting 70-75 minutes, so be it. So let's go with it. Let's go a big Virgin there alongside Konate, and at left back, obviously with the knock to Andy Robertson, that looks like it'll rule him out until just after the September international break, so not too long. Certainly could have been a lot worse, and I certainly feared it was going to be worse when I'd seen that knock. But Kostas Tsimikas has had himself a very, very good pre-season. The cross for the Bobby Firmino goal the other day was absolutely sensational, and again he nipped in to intercept one, a goalkeeper's throw out at one point in pre-season as well, showing that he's always looking to get on the front foot and bomb forward, which is what we like from our fullbacks. Some of the toughest decisions I've had to make with my predicted 11 have come in and around the midfield situation. Fabinho was a bit of a no-brainer. We'd seen what we missed in midfield with not having Fabinho there last year. Yes, it was great that he was able to cover at centre-back for a period of time, but we were lacking that out-and-out number 6, and he brings so much to the role. Reads the game well, distribution is excellent, and he's just a leader for those around him as well. So brilliant to have him back in the anchor role. I'm expecting Jimmy Milner to start as well, because he's had a full pre-season. He's looked sharp. And look, James Milner is James Milner. It doesn't matter how old he is, he's still James Milner. He still has a great engine. And I think with Hendo coming back late, with Thiago sort of nursing a little bit of a knock. I know he did play the other day, but he was unable to play when he first came back from Spain. So I think Klopp might err on the side of caution here. Start with James Milner, and then the big call. I've gone for Naby Keita for the third midfield place. Again, very difficult decision, because Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to me has had an unbelievably good pre-season. Harvey Elliott has had a fantastic pre-season. But I just think this has to be the season for Naby. Why not let him try and start the season in good form? Didn't quite have a good end to last year. Was brought on against Real Madrid. Didn't really show the best of what he's about. picked up a knock after that, but as always, he has looked extremely impressive in pre-season. So my midfield is going to be Fabinho, Naby Keita and James Milner. But just look at the options that does give you from the bench though, ladies and gentlemen. You've got obviously Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain there, Jordan Henderson there, you've got Harvey Elliott there, Curtis Jones there. So many options for the manager to change it up in different ways if he needs to do as the game goes on. And of course I am expecting legs to get tired because it's the first game of the season and they've slowly built up over pre-season with 30-minute games, 60-minute games, and then finally onto the full 90-minute games. Now we move to the front three, the part where people start to get angry at me and go, hang on Craig, where's Bobby Firmino? I thought Bobby Firmino was your favourite player. Bobby scored 2 the other day. It's very hard for me not to start Firmino, but I've just been so impressed with Diogo Jota and his work rate that I think the fact that Bobby went so far as well in the Copa America with Brazil, I just think Diogo Jota might get the nod here because of freshness alone. Add to that Mohamed Salah, of course, on that right-hand side and Sadio Mane on the left-hand side. And even if I am wrong, and it is Bobby, I'm still going to be over the moon. Because what I've seen in pre-season from Sadio and Mo, although Mo hasn't had his scoring boots on, I've seen a lean, mean, hungry Mohamed Salah. Hopefully, the Mohamed Salah that the club get tied down to a new deal very soon. There has been a lot of talk that we are going to break our wage structure to try and make sure that the Egyptian superstar, our king, stays here for the best part of his career, the peak years of his career. Sadio Mane, by his own high standards, will be the first one to admit he didn't have the greatest season last season, but don't be fooled, he is still an absolutely quality player, and there are very few who can go from a stop-start position like he can to go past the man in no time. We've seen him score in pre-season as well. He's impressed me. He looks like he's playing with confidence and a smile on his face, and whether it be Diogo Jota or whether it be Bobby Firmino who plays for the centre. In my case, obviously, I've gone with Jota. Let me know your thoughts on the forward positions, the midfield, and of course the defence. Then we come on to the bench, ladies and gentlemen. And look, I'm not going to name who's going to be on the bench for you, but what I will say is we are going to have a fairly strong bench. It's been one thing we've been criticising for the whole summer. And look, we do still need to make a signing or two. Maybe by the time this video comes out, something will have come out. Maybe it won't. I do have a few bits of information that I'm probably going to reveal on tonight's Late Night Agenda, which will be last night's Late Night Agenda when you're watching this. So if you haven't watched it, maybe go back and have a check out of that one. But I'm pretty happy. I'm optimistic going into this campaign. The signing of Ibrahim Konate, I think, was a fantastic piece of business. In my own mind, though, that's a signing that's making up for last summer when we should have replaced Dejan Lovren. So I still think there's one or two places need to be filled. If we had to just fill one of them, for me, I'd like to take an attacking wide player. There's lots of talk of Jeremy Doku, but as of right now, it's still Xherdan Shaqiri and Divock Origi that are at Liverpool Football Club. The talk, of course, is that Shaqiri may be close to a move away from the club. It seems that Liverpool and Lyon are still a little bit away in their valuations of the player. He does, of course, only have 1 year left. Liverpool want to try and recoup around the 12.5 million they paid for Shaqiri, but I do have a feeling that over the coming week or two that will be sorted out. Shaqiri will make his way over, and that's what I think Liverpool will add to their attacking lineup. The more and more I think about it, I do kind of like the idea of Jeremy Doku. There has been, of course, reports that 40 to 45 million euro could be enough to get Doku from Ron. He still has, I think, 4 years remaining on that contract. But this is about the game on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. kickoff. We will, of course, bring you a load of content here on Anfield Agenda around the game. Jack Gill will be live with a team announcement show on our Instagram account, so don't forget to check that one out. It's just Anfield Agenda over there. I'll be live for a watch along from 5 p.m, taking you right through to the end of the game. Then we'll have our match reaction show. Not just one, you're going to get two this season. I'll be giving you my match reaction, and then Jack Gill will be coming on a little bit later on to give you his match reaction as well. And then, of course, check out Anfield Agenda for all the clips and highlights and crazy moments during the game. That's our clips channel where we put, we take the long form content, chop it up, and throw it into little bite-sized pieces. Connor does all the hard work for you on that one, so make sure you are subscribed to Anfield Agenda Extra, which, of course, the link will be in the description of this video. That's pretty much it for me, ladies and gentlemen. 3-1 prediction for me. Get the Reds off to a winning start. Let's see what the Premier League season has in store. Thank you very much for watching. All your comments are very welcome in the section below. Drop a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, and up the Reds.